Yo! Do you know what the unicorn years in real estate are? Some do, but many don't. If you don't, stick around to the very end and we're going to tell you all about the unicorn years, what they are, when they happened, what they mean, and what you should be looking for in the future. Hey, it's Mark here with the Hiller Group, brokered by eXp Realty. My team and I have you covered here along the beautiful Florida Panhandle from Pensacola all the way through Panama City, where we have been fortunate enough to sell over 1,300 homes over the past 10 years. During what we like to call the unicorn years of real estate, which was 2020 through 2022, the market was like a fairy tale. Prices were skyrocketing and homes were selling faster than we could even get them on the market. It was a time when bidding wars were the norm, and sellers were often getting offers way above whatever they were asking. We had buyers that were losing out multiple times on multiple properties. I remember an example perfectly fits this scenario. We had one buyer who wrote an offer on 13 different houses before he ever got an offer accepted. So that's why we call these the unicorn years. This is not normal, folks. Interest rates were at a rock bottom. They were at 2 and 3%, making mortgages incredibly cheap and fueling the buying frenzy even more. Fast forward to today, and the landscape has changed dramatically. We're seeing a shift back to a more normal or traditional market, where home price appreciation is slowing down to a more sustainable pace, which we need. The last time I checked, everybody wasn't getting a 10% raise at work year over year, but yet home prices were appreciating by that much. Gone are the days of the astronomical price jumps. Now we're looking at steady, single-digit growth, which is a much healthier, long-lasting, stable market. Now, some of the news outlets out there will have you believe that the buyer demand has plummeted and that the market is crashing. This is not the case. Buyer demand is still strong. Here is the whole story. While we're not seeing the same level of craziness, there's still a strong interest in people buying homes. People will always need to buy and sell homes. You need a roof over your head, don't you? People are still out there looking for their dream homes, their investment properties, new construction, new builds. Investors are adding to their portfolio. It's just that the market has become more balanced, if you will. I think a great scenario and a great example to use here, it's like flying down the highway going 80 miles an hour to your destination. You see a cop. What do? You slam on the brakes. You're still gonna get where you're going, just gonna take a little bit longer. Home prices will still appreciate, just at a more normal level, more 3 to 4% year over year versus 10, 12, and God knows what that we saw the last couple years. So what does this mean for you? It's time to adjust your expectations. The unicorn years were the exception, not the rule. So buyers out there right now, if you're thinking you're gonna get the interest rates of 2 and 3% again, I think you've got another thing coming. Unfortunately, those days are gone. Those were the anomaly, not today. With interest rates hovering around 7% right now, people don't realize that the 30-year average for the 30-year mortgage is 5.8%. Not 2.8, not 3.8. So we are closer to the 30-year average than we were just a few years ago when we were in the unicorn years. And as we move forward, it's important to focus on the current trends and data rather than longing for 2022, 2020 rates, all of that stuff. Whether you're buying or selling, it's crucial to have a realistic understanding of the market and make decisions based on what's happening today, not what was happening in the past and not what you're predicting to happen in the future. In this era of the real estate market, it's all about being informed and staying adaptable. You must stay updated on market trends and don't get caught up in the nostalgia of The unicorn years. The market is always evolving, always going up, always going down. And by keeping a pulse on the present, you will be better equipped to navigate the changes and make smart real estate decisions in the future. How do you make smart decisions, you ask? Haha, I got that answer for you. By doing this. Adjust your expectations. Understand that the market has changed. Be prepared for a more balanced market where bidding wars are less common and prices are stabilizing. Second thing is, get pre-approved. In a changing market, having a mortgage pre-approval letter can give you a competitive edge over buyers that are just starting the process and that may not be pre-approved when that perfect property comes on the market. If you're pre-qualified or pre-approved, you're gonna be able to act fast when that great property comes on. We are still seeing bidding wars on certain price points in our market, so the buyers that are pre-qualified and prepared are the ones that are gonna win those offers. If you don't find anything in the first few months, don't wave the white flag. Keep steady in the market. We've got more and more inventory coming on each and every week, but you also realize we're going into the spring market. So it's going to be a little bit more competitive than you would see more in the fall and the winter. So this leads into our third thing, be patient. With the market shifting, take your time to find the right home that fits your needs and, more importantly, your budget. Don't rush into a decision just because the market pressure, you feel like you have to run out and do something. There's a lot of buyers that bought homes over the past several years that are coming back into the market now saying, you know what? This isn't really the right house for me. I kind of needed a place to live and I bought this on a whim, and it was kind of like it was the only one that didn't have multiple offers on it that weekend. So make sure you're doing your due diligence, make sure it's a good fit for you, but most importantly, again, make sure it's a good financial decision for you and your family. Next, we have negotiations. With the frenzy cooling down, there may be more room for negotiations. So make sure you're working with a real estate professional or real estate agent that actually understands the market. They understand that, hey, this house just came on the market today. There's probably gonna be less wiggle room than the one over here that's very similar that's been on the market for, let's say, 80 days. The longer the days on market, usually the more fluctuation, the more advantage you have to getting some price reduction, some concessions from the seller. If you're a home seller in this current market, the first and most important thing you need to do is set a realistic price. Gone to the days of setting sky-high prices and expecting multiple offers. You need to price your home in the market, not on the market. You need to price your home based on current market data and recent comparable sales, not comparable sales from the unicorn years. I'm not saying prices are going down, but just because your neighbor sold for $500,000 a year ago doesn't mean your house is worth $590 today. Those days are gone. You need to be realistic in your pricing.